Hey all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. I am not, and if you notice, have not spent time trying to debunk any of them stupid divestment myths, because it don't even need to be debunked because it's stupid. The whole point is that these so-called women are over there protesting against any positive portrayal of black men on mainstream media because she's invested in the black male boogeyman. He gotta be evil. He gotta be evil. What would it have served white men to make Birth of a Nation be a glowing report about who black men really were? Didn't it serve them better to portray black men as these monsters, these mindless animals that would do anything to anybody because he's an animal, because he doesn't have a soul, he doesn't have a brain, not human? It served them better to have that portrayal, which is why they made the movie. Who do you think taught black women to write black men the way that they do when they're in charge of writing and producing shows? See, what's her name? Shonda Grimes, is it? Or is it Rhonda? I forgot her name. The one that wrote Scandal. So see, they celebrated her because she wrote about a divester. Shonda Rhimes. Thank you. Olivia Pope was a whole bed wench. And black women love that show. But you got a black woman that executive produces a docu-series just talking about the myths of black men in this country, the types of biases that make your father or your son or your brother at a simple traffic stop have to worry about whether or not he gonna be killed and whether or not he gonna be the next hashtag. You know, little stuff like that. The school to prison pipeline don't exist. It's so many parts of this system that don't exist. If we go with the black female divesting narrative. I even saw one comment that called black men a protected class. Protected by who? Who protects black men as a group? I don't see nobody coming to their defense as a group about nothing. You can prove he was innocent and got shot and wasn't doing nothing, and there ain't nobody gonna come defend that. And if you're a black woman that does come to defend it, guess what kind of name you gonna be called? Thank you, Norrin, because I happen to have black men in my family that I actually love. Because see, when they feel like you talking down on black women, they like to say, ain't your mama black? Because that's supposed to mean something to you, right? Right. Ain't your daddy black? And a lot of these females did have their fathers with them in the home. And you're still a hyena. And they like to make that equivalency, but it's a false one. Because I have not seen a mass of black men collectively coming together to say how much they absolutely detest and hate and wish death on every black woman. I have not heard that. Black men wanting black women to correct themselves is not a hatred. I get leveled with the same thing because I'm sitting here telling y'all, thank you again, Juan. So yet creators are bashing black women and they need protection. Yeah. Because I'm pointing out the ills of the other part of the black community, which would be black women. Unless we gonna sit here and act like black women don't do nothing. Ain't never did nothing wrong, can't do nothing wrong. Unless we gonna sit here and be blind that there are or that the number of black women who are out of order is so small that it's not worth talking about. What happened to if it don't apply, let it fly? Because if I'm not talking to you, if you're not a gynocrat with feminist / white supremacist thinking, and then you carry out your life like that, then I ain't been talking to you. But if the response is like this, see, they never like positive portrayals of black men in any case. They protested Nate Parker. He was acquitted on every count for a case that was in 1999 of him, quote unquote, graping somebody. They had to acquit him on there was just simply no evidence of it. 17 years later, when he tried to release a movie about Nat Turner, it was hyenas that came together to oppose it. Black men don't build nothing. And when they come together to build something positive, who's the first person in line to talk against it? When they do come together to say, okay, let's turn this thing around. Let's first start with our image, our public appearance value as a group. Let's start there. And when black men want to do a media campaign of their own, who's the first in line to stop it. Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Norin. When Kobe Bryant died in that plane crash, who was online laughing about it? Because I didn't never see nobody when Breonna Taylor got killed. I didn't see no black men laughing about that. Mad because he wasn't with a black man. These are the same women that mad that Kobe wasn't with a black woman. These are the same women that don't want to be with black men. So what you mad for? And what did that have to do? What did that man choosing women have to do with you? He wasn't over here choosing you. You didn't get passed up. He didn't know you exist. He chose the woman he wanted to be his wife. It have nothing to do with you. That man and his daughter died in that helicopter crash, and it was women laughing.